Welcome to the Phlarpin Podcast. Phlarp stands for Park Hills Live Action Role Players. We are a medieval fantasy-themed LARP group that engages in unscripted combat against each other using padded LARP weapons and a shared combat system. We operate out of Park Hills, Missouri every Sunday from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. It is our hope here at the Phlarpin Podcast that through the utilization of this platform, we can expand on the ideas and suggestions taken from our players in order to maximize player retention and to expand our player base. The Phlarpin Podcast is made possible by support from our players and listeners like you. If you would like to support us, please visit our Patreon where you can do so for as little as $3 a month. Also, any engagement on our YouTube or Facebook pages is much appreciated, and thank you for listening. Welcome to the Phlarpin Podcast. I'm North, or Jason Smith.
And I am Chris, or Eric the Red.
We're bringing the energy today.
And I am Jessica, or Mercer Stitch.
Yeah, let's go! I almost got really excited there, and then I realized it was going to be loud, so...
Boom.
I held it back a little
You had to
bit.
hold back a little
Yeah,
bit.
I don't want to blow
Alright.
everybody's eardrums out.
Man, screw that.
Okay.
Blow your drums out. That wasn't... Sorry.
Okay, well, you're doing it.
I'm bringing it, homie.
Okay, so first, I guess we'll do like a recap. Do you guys want to do a recap? I haven't looked at the comments at all about responses, so we can we could
jeez.
jump right in. Well, I wanted to wait. I don't look at them now because I want it to be like a legitimate reaction.
Okay.
Legitimate reaction.
I can tell you that there are...
Like 2 weeks ago when I read a comment that said, I would do this, but it's cringe, and I deleted it. So that was my genuine reaction.
I can tell you that there are quite a few comments on there.
And it was like a stranger, too. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like a player, but that really did happen. Anyway,
They told you our podcast was cringe?
they said the LARP part was cringe, I guess.
Oh.
It said, like, I would do this if it wasn't so cringe. And I just deleted it. I didn't read it. I mean, I read it in my head, but...
I mean, I think that some people are pretty judgmental before they try things, and they
Yep.
should just try it.
That's right. I agree. 99.9%. Davine, I'm sorry you're not here, but I agree.
You put your hand
My
up
hobby-
like it was back.
His imaginary position.
The
This
paper
is where he
towel.
would be, okay?
Right here where the paper towel is.
We got a spot holder.
So,
you
yeah.
want me to start?
Yeah, I guess,
Okay.
sure.
Well, we started out playing Last Man Standing.
No, we didn't. We never play.
Oh,
We
We
never
We
ever
battled
play.
to the death.
We battle to the death.
okay.
Right, Davine?
That was Davine.
So we
I heard him agree
battled
from his
in
house.
Last Man
100%.
Standing.
He even said 100%.
Third place was Heston, second place was Lucian, and first place was Arno. And I have to say about that, it was actually really cool because for the third place spot, it was Vix and Heston, and they're both like our only wizards,
Yep.
and they were having at it, throwing
They
packets
were.
at each other and stuff. It was pretty cool
Yeah,
to see.
it was.
I did see the end of that one. Yeah, it was pretty wild. The, I guess the fourth one there was, like you said,
Vix,
Vix.
yeah.
Vix, yeah.
And they had like a crazy. And then there was also the rogues were using their throwies in the middle of it,
Yep.
so it was kind of bonkers.
Yeah, Vix was like blocking packets and throwies and stuff with her staff. It was pretty cool though, like to watch. I mean, it all happened in probably about 3 seconds, but it was a lot that happened all at the
Yeah.
same time. So
And,
Like,
go ahead.
it was literally like just everything going everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like,
Mm-hmm. It
yeah,
was like a chain of events. And then also we played at a weird pavilion today too. I guess we could talk about that a little bit. The other two pavilions were reserved. So we played down at a pavilion I don't think ever played at before with this bigger group. I think at
No.
one point maybe when I came back we played there maybe like once or something, but it wasn't with this big of a group. This is the first time we tried that pavilion, and it was not great. That playing
No.
area was a weird playing
Yeah.
area.
yeah,
Because the creek bed's right there, and like if you choose to go on the other side of the main road where you drive down, then there's a bunch of walking paths that are like right through the middle of everything.
Mhm.
So
Mhm,
it's
yeah.
kind of like really difficult to pick a place to play over there.
right.
yeah. And I don't think the power even works at that one at all.
Oh, that too. Yeah, we got there and the power wasn't even working, which
Like,
is
they had
awesome.
outlets, but they weren't working. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It
But
was.
I mean, we made it through it. I don't.
Mhm.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, we could have been at Pavilion 1.
Yeah, one's almost the worst one just because you have to walk an entirely different area to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on a hill when you are fighting over there. Yeah, I guess we probably would have been better off maybe doing what is it, 5? I guess It's the one on the left when you go in
Yeah.
on the park. That one
With
was
95.
open, but it was somebody had reserved it at 4:00, so we would have had to
We
like
would've had
leave
to
a little
move
early.
anyway, yeah.
So
Well, and that
Oh,
one
well.
also, like, a lot of people use that one for just in general, like with
Mhm.
their kids and stuff. It has a bigger playground and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So,
mhm.
where we were at made sense for what was available, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite
No.
place to
Mhm.
be.
I'd say it's my least favorite actually in that
Yeah.
pavilion. I mean, it's doable, but
Was 2 also reserved?
yeah.
Oh,
They
that
both
makes
were.
sense.
Although I didn't. I mean, I guess we had already started and stuff and left by the time they got there and left or whatever. Like I never seen anybody there, but I assume they showed up.
Yeah.
It looked reserved. I'm pretty sure when I checked it the other day. So, and I will say though, the people that came that were in Pavilion 3, whatever they were doing up there, there was a whole ton of them come down and watched us for a little while, especially
think it
some
was a
younger
family reunion.
people. Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
I had to walk up there to go to the bathroom, and there was like a bunch of little kids, and like, you could tell they were all
Yeah.
like family, the way they were talking to each other and playing and stuff. It seemed like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I-
definitely attracted some attention.
Yep. They came down from on to the backside, and they were just sitting there watching us. So, and I mean, there was like that stone picnic table off to our right on the other side. There was families just sitting there watching us. So, I mean, you know, we had spectators.
Yeah, and that was one bonus of having the creek bed there. It kind of gave a little bit of a partition, so we didn't have like little kids like running in. Not that, you know,
Right.
we expect somebody to get hurt, but we also don't want just random kids like running through where we're fighting with swords and
And
stuff.
if they
so-
do, they're getting stabbed
Oh yeah.
Yep.
with a foam weapon. I mean.
They're getting taken down.
Although I will say, I guess we kind of failed, and nobody ever walked over there and gave them any cards, did they? I never did.
No, I think we're actually
didn't
out
either.
of cards.
Oh, okay. I have like a few, but it's not very many. It's just how many's in my belt pouch. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few in the suggestion box, but I didn't bring them with me.
I probably
so-
need to print some more, honestly. But anyway, that's our different area. So what else? What do we play next?
We didn't play. We battled Minion next,
Okay, we fought to the death in Mortal
Yep.
Kombat.
and Yi Futin won that one. Is it
Okay.
Yi Futin or You Futin?
Yi
Okay.
is how. Oh,
Way
you're
to
welcome.
be.
I think
Jeez.
it's Yi is. I've always said Yi. Now I'm second guessing myself because wouldn't she know? Like,
Yeah. Spelled Y-U? You Futin? I'll ask him next week.
yeah. So
like I
sorry if
asked-
we're pronouncing your name wrong.
Yeah. That's why I had to ask Gregor, and he
Right.
explained
I'm like,
it
it's
to me.
Gregor, and then it's wrong.
Yeah.
He's Gregor. So.
And then we played Illidan's Gambit.
We did what?
Well, we haven't played that. We mean.
Oh, we battled in
yeah.
that, yeah. We had some fun.
And we haven't done that one in a while. And for the listeners' sake, an easiest way to explain it is it's like musical chairs. There's a special weapon. I whistled really hard when I did that.
That's okay.
There's a special weapon on the field. We do like a little last man standing. Whoever wins that last man standing starts with the weapon, and everybody spawns in two at a time in separate spawn areas, one at a time. So 2 total at a time. They spawn in, but it's like in 10-second increments. So if you kind of kill them as they're spawning, you can kind of keep up with it. I've seen Rand when he was still alive.
Right.
He did it. Kept up for like a little while before they started overpowering him.
Yeah.
That was also when we just had 1 res point. This time we put 2 res points for him to spawn out of. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then they do a last man standing. They start with the weapon, and then after the last person spawns in, we start a timer. The players don't know what this timer is. If you are, I guess, I don't know if it would matter. I'm not going to tell you what it was.
Yeah.
But we started with a timer, and then when that timer ran out, whoever was holding the weapon and the last one to have grabbed it wins. And the weapon also does a 1-hit kill and heals you. So if you get a kill, you get a heal. So if you just hit somebody once, you get a heal. Which, that doesn't always save you. But it seemed like it did make them last a little longer
Yeah.
than giving it just the heal. Because before it
Yeah.
used to do just the heal. Now it's 1-hit kill and heal.
Some people had really interesting strategies for that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even hold it. They were just like protecting it,
Right.
which
They
was
grabbed
interesting.
it and then threw
yeah.
it back down and then stood over it and protected it. Yeah.
That's not something I would have ever thought to do, but I mean, it did make it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It
Because,
did.
I mean, they'd still win if the music had stopped.
Yeah.
It would have been the same difference. The only difference is, I guess, they wouldn't get a heal.
Or the 1-hit kill.
Yeah, that's, well, either one, yeah.
Yeah.
And get the benefit of the magic bottom, but...
Yeah, but I mean, they would get the win because as long as they picked it up once,
Mm-hmm.
and then if they threw it down and guarded it, then they would get the win. So,
Which
it was a good strategy.
did the people who won? Was it just? Did we just play that once? We played it twice,
We
right?
played twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
The people that won were Aridin and Porta and Sarvok.
Cool.
Yeah. So with the first game, we did the last man standing.
Well, with the first what? You want to correct everybody else and then you do it? What the
Thank you.
heck, bro?
Thank you. For the first battle, we did the last man standing. With the second one, North had decided whoever was killed first
In
last man standing got started with it. And it was Wilson. And I mean, Wilson was just like, I'm what? He did not know what to do. We're trying to help him. We're trying to explain it. And he was all like, I'll have this about 3 seconds.
Which is about accurate. That's
Yeah.
about how long you had it, too.
This is also only his second time playing,
Yeah.
though.
But I mean, it's good with him because he comes out, he doesn't care if he wins or loses. He's out there to have fun. And that's what I love. I go out there and, I'm not out there to win. I'm out there to have fun. Now, will I try and brag? Hey, I killed North, or hey, I killed Trinity. And Trinity, me and Trinity always have this thing.
Hey, you didn't kill me.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe once.
That's still a kill, bro.
Okay.
Take it and like it.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still
Was
good.
it when I was doing creepy crawly in a vulnerable state?
That's still a kill, bro.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's true.
Come on, man, take it. Just, and yes, I did clap your cheeks.
Wow. Phrasing.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm just going to sit over here and mind my
She's
own.
like, I'm going to paddle past that, thanks.
Yep.
But I mean, I think this weekend was a good weekend. It was
I think
amazing.
setting timers worked out a lot
Yeah, I was
better.
trying to do that to make sure we were setting timers for, like, if we were taking a campaign even. I was trying to set a timer for campaign, trying to set a timer for the games if they needed a timer at all. And then even time to prepare too. At one point we were trying to prepare or whatever, and I was thinking maybe it was taking too long, so we went ahead and set a timer for that, but then we were ready before the timer ended anyway. So, but I think it does help to try to set timers, try to keep things moving along.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, and Trinity and a couple people from his clan did some RP stuff today, and that really made campaign interesting.
It did.
So
did.
even between games, there was a lot of people out on the
Yeah.
field just, goofing around, really. But it's still fun whenever you're just running around and going after whoever. There's not really a game goal. You're just
Yeah.
being silly,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, you might have been silly. I was defending the town from Fangs of Fenrir. Okay.
Yeah, they was trying to loot all of our magical items.
Yeah, right in the middle of your.
okay, hold on.
Right in the middle of your.
Hold on. You were trying to defend the town.
Yes, that's why I exiled him.
I used
How was-
my exile
I
today,
used
too.
my exile today, and you gave a exile to Marshall Maddie,
Mm-hmm.
and she used it, but yet you did not lift a sword to defend our town.
Yes, I did. I went out there and killed him.
When?
After we banished him, I went out there several times in campaign and
During
fought him.
campaign, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, first off, you let Sarvok stab me. In town.
You,
In town, no less. Bro.
he asked me about that. I said, I don't know. I said, I don't even know how you killed him. I guess he wanted to die. I don't know.
Like, he straight up stabbed me.
But you were in town. You were safe.
You could have said, you
Yeah.
missed.
You could have said, why are you stabbing me in town? That's what I said. I went out there and defended you.
See, this would not have happened had
Yeah.
you actually stepped up.
And did what?
Like, started stabbing Trinity. I'm an old man. Leave me alone. Tanilla's kicking my ass today. Had you stopped Trinity,
Yeah? None of this would have happened?
none of this would have happened.
Okay.
Bro, my
Next
bro.
time I'll try.
I just can't brain today.
Next time I'll try, okay?
All right. Anyway.
After that, we did Scramble, and we did that differently. We gave people
What did we
their-
do differently?
Well,
Do tell.
we gave people their abilities back whenever they res.
What?
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
I know.
Who came up with that?
Some guy, I don't know, he was over here talking about it.
That weirdo.
I know. Green face paint and red eyes.
It wasn't me, was it?
Yeah.
Somebody else came up with that,
It
didn't they?
was you.
I don't know. You're
Yeah.
the one that talked to me about it last week. I don't know. Maybe somebody else said something to you about it, but
Yeah, maybe. I don't think I actually came up with it. Somebody, I think, mentioned it to me. But anyway, either way. Yeah, we tried Scramble with your abilities back, which I thought was pretty cool. Although I didn't run into a lot of abilities in that game. Like, people didn't hit me with abilities, but I guess they had them. I think
Yeah.
Trinity was saying maybe that he was worried about it being a little unfair. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the point, is to give you one game where you can just use your abilities as an advantage. There's no winner. It's...
yeah.
If you want to use your ability, I would every time. I'd be like, okay, every single fight I get into, first fight, I'm using disarm, taunts, whatever.
You know what
I
I'm
don't
using?
have any of those, but
Nothing, because I'm level 3 and I still haven't picked any abilities at all yet.
Way to be.
are you a marshal now, officially, or what?
Not really officially, but
Okay, well, when you are, you can summon an avatar, but you know that avatar can never get above first level, right? So you don't get abilities above
but
first
can
level.
I use the points that I have, like for whatever my actual level is, to pick first level abilities, so that I can have multiple?
No,
The heck?
no, you just
I
get a
can't
level
have
1 avatar.
all the level
no,
1 abilities?
No,
Well, that's
no,
not fair.
You don't get it. Oh, it's not fair.
Yeah,
It's not fair.
What's not fair?
I got 3 levels worth of points just sitting there.
How about we see who else wants to become a marshal based on that?
Based on being able to buy all the first level abilities
Yeah.
as you level up. Why does it matter who else wants to do it? They're not asking you, I am.
Because that's what I'm saying, is it's not fair to the other players. Like, because you're already in a marshal position, you shouldn't be more powerful than the other ones as a regular player.
With first level
Dude, well-
abilities, I'm not.
You're not gonna, but you can't have multiples. Then everybody's gonna want multiples.
Yeah, but you gotta earn them.
No, you don't earn them. You don't get nothing. You get one first level ability point. And what are you? What are you?
It's not official right now.
What are
so.
you?
What do you mean?
What's your
What-
lineage?
I'm a
Lineage.
dwarf.
Oh well, you have some cons.
Oh, well, great, thanks.
You get improvision.
I get to fly out of bows whenever I pull them back.
Yeah. And jump at the base of trees.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get short little legs. I don't know.
Oh my god.
No, you get infravision. That's a pro.
Where am I gonna use that?
I don't
can't
know.
even
It's an
use
infinite red light.
Here's my red beacon. Everybody come find me at night. Like, what am I gonna do with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You can use
Dwarf
it.
stuff. I don't know.
Who came up with that? Whose idea was that?
To give him infravision.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of mine, but it was also from D&D. We were playing at night we could play at night at the
Listen.
time.
I feel like we need to collaborate a little more and come up with some different stuff for this, okay?
Why?
Because I disagree
Yeah.
Disagree with what?
with not getting more than one level 1 ability and having
What,
to
you wanna be
carry
like
around
Ubermensch?
a red light
I'm gonna
at
be like,
night.
I'm a marshal and just fly around and kill everybody
No, just
Yes.
first
with your
levels.
level 1
Just
abilities.
first
Yes.
With
levels.
20 level 1 abilities.
Well, only from my class and my race.
There's 20 of them.
There's not
It's
20.
only 20. No big deal.
There's not 20
What
first
abilities
level
are you trying to
abilities
get?
for rogues?
What ability at first level are you trying to get?
Punch you in the face.
That's not an ability.
Well, then I guess we're just doing it anyway.
I don't know.
Hide.
Yeah.
And what else? What do they even have at first level that you're wanting to get?
I don't know. I haven't even looked
Yeah,
at it.
it's like...
I'm just arguing for the sake of giving you
Okay.
crap.
All right. Well, you cannot have... You can pick one.
That's it. How many do
Nah.
you have?
One.
Which one?
Tree climb.
Who picked
As
that
a
for you?
vampire.
Who picked that for you? Because you sound very disappointed.
Yeah, I did. There's not much at first level, okay?
Okay.
That's all there is. I don't even have a bow. I'm just going to climb the tree and look around.
You're playing Minecraft?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right, what do we do next? Your phone went
That's
off.
what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to just climb a tree and wait till the end of battle.
For last man standing?
Yeah.
Just let them fight it out?
Yeah.
And just win that way? That's
Yeah.
happened before.
Climbing a tree.
I think Yifun did that one time.
Climb
Yep.
a tree.
Yeah, he did. He used
did?
tree climbing, just stayed in the tree the whole time until it was like the end.
Is he not a ranger no more? Why does he not do that no more?
He's a rogue now.
Must
I
have
think.
worked. Oh, okay. Did he win? Has he won since he turned into a rogue?
I don't know.
It's an inferior strategy. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
And then we played a scramble.
We
did that.
talked about that.
We already talked about
Then
that.
we played a ditch
Yeah.
next. Yep. How was that?
Well, you played in it. How was it?
Why are you asking? It was good. It was pretty cool. I mean, it was like not as many people, you
Yeah.
know, like so a lot of people had left and stuff,
Yeah.
but
We had
And
like
it was
6
like-
people.
yeah, it was near the end. It was way near the end of the day, so like you know, we probably played over during that ditch,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it was pretty good. There's a lot of good role play and stuff, and the games
Yeah.
went real fast. So
Yeah, and the team captains were Torvald, I think, and
And
Wilson.
Wilson.
Hmm.
And Torvald won 3-2.
and then the MVP is so the people that switched teams because people thought they were you know good players. I guess was Kaput, Trinity, Heston, and Valnir.
And we had around 30 people today and 1 new person.
Cool.
And that's the recap.
Awesome.
Do you want me to call out all the people that weren't in costume today?
Let's shame them.
Yes.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
don't.
no,
This
don't do that.
is.
It was me.
Actually, it was me. I was not. So, let's do something real quick. First off, we had this past Monday. So when this comes out, it was the Monday before.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Labor Day parade, and we had, I want to say, at least a dozen people show up. A dozen of our heroes, and my chariot was put in the parade. After the parade, I put my chariot on top of a water main shut off
What'd you do that for?
because I didn't see it. Like, did not see it.
Ah,
But we had some great people, and because of that, my costume was in my car the whole week, and it was hot, sweaty on Monday, and so it was nasty, and I didn't think about it. So
Well, we appreciate you not wearing it.
I set it out to kind of dry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was there. I just was not going to wear it. So, go ahead, Shane.
no, we'll. That's fine. You're good. We didn't.
Your one time I'm allowing you to shame me. And you're
Shame. Are you shaming?
Look at this.
she shaming, bro.
Shame. That little noise you heard, that was the shame.
There's video, bro.
Sign for shame.
Okay.
It
Have you
is.
ever seen old ladies do that?
Where's that come from?
They'll say shame, shame.
Where's that come from?
I don't know.
Okay, me
From
neither.
Comes
old
from-
ladies at church. That's where it comes from.
Yeah,
I've seen people do that before too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the point of that is.
to shame you.
That is, it's like you're shaving your.
They're wiping their dirt off on you.
I don't know.
They're calling you a dirty OB.
Okay,
Anyway,
cool.
Awesome.
do you want to do the suggestions first, or do you want to do Norse responses?
I want to shout out a concert this
Oh, yeah.
Friday at at 7:30. Right? Is that what they said?
7.
7.
7 is when it starts, or the
Mhm.
concert doesn't start, but they open the doors. I think of 7 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the openers, I think they have, because they're Sarvok's band.
Sanity
Right.
switch.
Sanity Switch is
There we go.
the headliner. So the openers, it'll start at 7.
The opening band.
Okay.
Start
Mhm.
at 7.
And if the players come in costume, Sarvok is going to bring his costume and get into it and perform in costume if we're in costume.
He's
Yeah.
going to perform as
In-
an elf.
yes.
Yeah. As long as everyone that from LARP that shows up is wearing a costume.
I
That was
think
the
that
deal.
at least if 2 or 3 show up in costume, he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it
So-
is $10
For cover charge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But it's also all ages. So
That's at.
Park Hills Underground.
Thank you.
And,
I was
and
about to say
I'm gonna bring
overpass.
$20, and $10 is gonna go into the RP pool, and I'm not gonna break character the whole time.
Ooh.
So if somebody else wants to try to get in on that, they can.
You know what?
the only
I'll make
accent
it-
I can do is like a really terrible gangster accent. Like
Well,
I
you have
can't
to do
get
it the
with
whole
rest of
time.
them.
Let's hear
I
it.
Can't.
Yeah.
hear your
What does
terrible-
it sound
I
like?
can't do it.
Gangster.
Gangster.
Yeah, like an old time. Like listen here, say.
The Grinch is back.
How exactly? Can you? I didn't hear it.
That's all I got.
Listen
I
here,
can't-
Shay, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Muggsy Bogues.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use this accent. I'm not sure what that one was. Maybe like
Dracula?
Russian and a little bit of yeah, it was that too, Dracula.
Little Russian Transylvanian.
I am a vampire. Anyway,
So
anyway,
shout out
that's
to
happening at 7. Yeah.
Sanity Switch.
Yeah, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there. So I know I've said this before and not been to things, but
All the time.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to be there. So
Okay.
All the time, bro. The only time he has showed up was for the Cardinals 5K, in which he has the coin. And I've asked him multiple times because he said it's going to be a magical item. What is it?
Patience.
Because
silence
I
is
carry
Marshall's.
I carry mine every time I put my belt on, and I'm still waiting.
No? You gotta be patient.
That's just like I ask him every week, hey, what's the new martial ability? Nothing.
Well, I can tell you now, it's level 1. And you're not gonna get any more than one of them.
Well, like level 3 martial ability is exile?
Mm.
Or was that 2?
I don't know. You asked me. You were asking me for it, so I gave it to you, but I mean, I'm not sure what actual level it was.
Well, because we had talked about this, and he's like, you know what? I'm actually going to make an actual martial ability, so that we can do stuff like that. And still nothing. So, martial 4, level ability,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start calling recession.
No, dude.
I'm going to do it.
No, we're not putting that in yet. No,
I don't wanna.
not yet.
I'm going to do it. I know.
It's too dangerous.
I know a level 4 marshal who's not here right now. Don't worry, bro. I got your back. Shout out, Davin.
That's his side, but
Actually, that's his side.
okay.
Sorry, bro. Get your facts straight. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, he is a level 4 marshal.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull a north and start bribing him to pull a recession.
Okay. We'll see how that works out for you.
Yeah, I'll lose money. Because he won't do it.
No, probably not.
He's an elf.
He's an elf?
He's an elf. He'll just take my money and run.
Is that what elves do?
Yeah?
Okay.
Wow.
That's why I don't trust an elf.
Wow.
Just like a lot of shade being thrown right there.
I mean, I
It's
am.
very specific. You've had a run-in with elves,
Yes.
and they stole your money.
Yes.
I see.
That's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we got next?
I don't know. I guess that was the end of the... Yeah, let's do Davin's Corner. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. All right, let's do North's Responses.
North's responses.
That was terrible. Can we get a redo?
Can we edit
No,
that?
no.
Let's do. You ready? You ready?
Okay.
North's responses. Yay!
Okay.
Oh, he high-fived himself a couple times.
Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah.
A series of high fives.
Lemony Snickets.
And now I'll actually pull up the... Okay.
All right. Let's hear it.
Do you remember what the question was?
Nope. What they're most excited for at the property versus
The park.
versus the park, yes. And whether it would be... I was asking for things that they'd like to see that are new, that they haven't seen at the property before, but although things at the property that they've just seen before would suffice.
Okay.
But they're just looking forward to it. And it looks like we got a fair amount of comments here, so let's go to... Gotta make sure I don't filter out some of them. Okay, it says, this is from, I think, Pius is that one player, I think, but I could be wrong about that. It's a player, but I just can't remember which one. It says, I excited for the community that gets brought together out there, and the overnights were amazing with campaign.
True that.
Your grammar's bad, but it's fine.
Wow.
But I agree.
No judgment zone, bro.
We are not shaming anybody.
Okay, this comes from After Sight, which I do not know who is. And
Talk about grammar.
if you want credit for this, make sure you go back and put that who you are on the reply or something, or in the response. Make sure you guys are doing that, because some of them, I don't know who they are. And there's no way to give you credit for it. So This one says, like I said, this is somebody I don't know who it is. It says, what I'm most excited for is to hear, smell, and feel the world around me, knowing the work everyone put in to get us here. To get us here. I'm thankful for you all, and I hope to see my blade meet with yours on property.
Nice.
All right.
Mystery person. Okay. This is from Mr. Mercer Stitch.
No, that's from me.
Oh, that's you?
My
Okay.
name is underneath it. I just was on
Oh, I
Toby's account
see.
whenever I
Okay.
did it.
Okay.
Way to be.
It says a hand washing station,
For real.
bathrooms that are unlocked,
True.
and a goat with a little cart. Also, I missed the fire pit. It's fun to RP while you're just hanging out. And I agree with all those things, although I haven't really thought about the goat with a little cart. It would be cool. So,
Yeah. I'm excited.
and I know of a vet that would probably help us take care of that goat. So,
Sweet.
and this one is from
Go ahead.
this one is from Davine. It says, more than anything, I'm looking forward to overnight events again. Something about fighting at night really increases the level of fun. I agree with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any thoughts on that? Keep going.
Yep, keep going.
Keep
Just
going.
interrupt me if you got something to say on these. I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
This is from Lucian. It says, Minion, I feel, is better with a timer because it allows for more games in the day. Oh, okay. I guess he was responding specifically to the
Yeah.
should we have a timer on Minion.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and we did set a timer on Minion today, but they didn't hit it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right. So it was over before they got to the end of it. Honestly, I would like to see more clans. This is from Vix. It says, honestly, I would like to see more clans forming together against another clan, like 2 clans just gang up, or even just 2 clans going head to head. Everyone seems to be friends right now, and I know it'll get more intense once Battle for the Crown comes back, but I am so excited for it. I agree, that would be cool. It's
Yeah.
hard sometimes to get people to want to engage in constant fights with each other. I guess maybe it's hard to stay motivated if you go fight the people and then die or whatever, but it is nice when there's rivalries between people.
Right.
I do think it makes a difference too on property because each clan has their own keep and space, so it's easier to have rivalries with other clans compared to everybody meeting in town at the tavern and you're sitting right next to a person that you're not supposed to like, and
Right.
it's easy to just be the real you instead of role playing a person that you don't like. This you get what I'm
Correct.
saying.
But if you're on property and you meet somebody out in campaign, they're not in your clan, that's going to make a difference, basically.
Right,
You're
because
gonna be like,
you
what are
can-
you doing here? Why are you
Yeah.
over here? Are you
Yeah, because there's a
come over here
separation.
to see us?
like,
Or,
yeah.
It'll happen.
and then this comment comes from Wilhelm. It says, a lance is a bit more than a spear. It was more along the lines of a pointy arm guard or a spiked shield. I think he was saying what he preferred. He's responding to the thing that he answered last week, which was what weapon combination do you prefer?
Yeah.
He says, with their stance, the literal only way to defeat them was to get around behind them. Honestly, I'm also looking forward to spending my Saturdays after work at my forge in full RP. Cool.
Okay.
Sounds awesome. Oh my god. This one is from Eric the Red. It says,
Wait, what did
I would like to actually see the river or whatever run through the town. Let's make it happen, Cap'n. LOL.
Wow.
Awesome. I mean, we might be able to do something like that. I don't know about a whole river, but we can get something. And then I don't know what you were referring to here, but it just says cake eater. Is it because I was eating the cake off Davine? You're responding to that,
Yeah.
I guess, because it's got a timestamp on it. So
Yeah. When I put the timestamp on, it's referring to whatever was said at that time. So for some reason, whenever the whole cake thing came up, instantly, Mighty Ducks pops in my head, and it's when that kid's all like cake eater. So, yes, I called you a cake eater.
okay, I'll take it.
That's why you shouldn't eat cake and then get sick.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Wait.
true.
Way to be cake eater.
And then the next comment comes from Valnir. It says, I cannot wait for campaign, but I am most excited for nighttime battles. When I first started, I fell in love with the storyline, and I can't wait to see that come back. I do think the way campaign works is cool. It adds a lot to the immersion and stuff because, like, I'm not going to explain like the entire thing, but essentially you can have a choice to move to like sort of move to new areas, and when you do that, it unlocks different things like new wandering monsters. It used to actually change the way patrol worked, where like the monsters in patrol would be different depending on what area you're in. It would unlock races, classes. There's like all kinds of stuff that it would unlock. And before we ever went there, there's like kind of a lot of role play that goes into preparation for going there, because we get up a scouting party, we send them out, and it's like that's all role play basically. It's like just a letter that you give me the money, and then I give you back a report from your 100 men that you sent or whatever to the areas that you're scouting, and then you decide based on that report whether you want to go there and try to help those people or where you're going to go basically,
Right.
as a whole. And that can be really intense because like the king is there, and they're all like making decisions and doing votes and considering all kinds of things, especially if there's like somebody trying to play a class that is going to be unlocked by going to that area. That can be like a huge factor.
Yeah,
There's a
because
lot
we
of
got to get them hobbits unlocked.
Yeah, one of the times that's actually kind of what I was thinking of, is the time that they were trying to figure out whether they wanted to go to help the hobbits or whatever, and then they ended up not going, and there was a person in the group that was a hobbit, so it was kind of a harsh decision.
Wow.
Yeah, because if Hobbit was open, that's what I would be instead of Dwarf, but it's okay. And I just want to point out that the whole time you were talking just now, I was trying not to say and yeah, because the last podcast was super cringe.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Do you want to talk about that?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so tell me your story about how you listened to the last podcast and loved it.
I did not. I did listen to the last podcast because I listened to all of them. But I said, yeah, right, and that's true 87,000 times, and it was really bad. So I apologize for that, guys. I'm doing my best to not do that anymore.
Right.
But when there's only two people, it's like your response. Like when somebody's talking for a long time or
That's true.
talking to you,
Right.
it lets them know that you're still paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cringe when you hear it back, okay?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
Whatever. Keep going.
Okay. And then this is from Heston. It says, I'd love to see bounties at the property, lots of fun roleplay interaction, more ways to make gold, and allow some classes to really shine, especially classes like Wizard, Ranger, and Rogue will really shine with bounties in play due to their options for claiming the bounty.
Mm-hmm.
Bounties would be cool to be able to implement again, although they can be difficult.
I seen that side eye.
This one says, this is from Trinity. It says, I'd like to see a merchant's row in the town where people can sell their weapons, armor, garb, etc. And we did have commercial property before, so we'll probably do that again, where we have places available for players to kind of rent, although that may be a little bit more expensive this time.
Wow, you just destroyed that
This
thing.
next comment comes from Valkyrie, or the non-living entity. She says, I can't wait to see lots of campaigning. Cool.
It seems like all of our players are wanting more campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, I had actually spoke with Trinity beforehand, and, you know, we had that conversation. We're like, hey, a lot of people are wanting campaign. They're wanting, you know, more to do when there's campaign. And so that's why, you know, we're trying to come up with some RP or something that we can do to help facilitate that. And so he came up with the whole, like, I'm going to raid, you know, the armory.
Mm-hmm.
We actually spoke about this yesterday, which would have been Saturday. And we spoke about it, and he was like, dude, I'm down. I'm going to do this. I was like, okay. So, you know, anything that we can do to spark, you know, campaign or role play, tell us, let us know, and we'll try and help facilitate it.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
I do think it happens a lot more naturally at property than it does at the
That's true.
park.
No.
It just does. Like, you don't have to try as hard. You can just improvise and do different things.
And another thing that we'll do at the property, we may not do this in phase 2, but phase 3. So like before siege equipment, and after being completely established, basically like where there are keeps and stuff like that. But before siege equipment, we'll start doing something we did at the other property for just a little while, which was along with the resource cards, there'll be quest cards out there. So there'll be ways to go if you're completely by yourself and go out in campaign and find something to do. Because there'll be cards out there that you won't know what they say until you open them. And when you open them, it may add like a curse to you. It may be a quest. Like you basically almost have no idea what this thing could be.
Right.
And it provides people to be able to like interact and engage and stuff without really having very many people there at all, if any.
I think that would.
That's going to add a lot to it too,
Yeah.
to make people engage with each other in campaign.
Yeah, and that's kind of like today. It's not exactly the same, but today we did have some magical items that we like hid on the playing field, or like.
That's true.
Well, I didn't hide mine. I just threw it up in the air and said, "Hey,
Hey guys,
hey, look what I got!"
found.
Yeah.
And then I
Which
ran
is
over there and
fine,
tried to
but-
catch it, and then they just like immediately stabbed me.
It happens.
I think I did get it for like a minute, but
Yeah, but then you died.
yeah. And then I did not have it.
Yeah, but it was cool though to like have stuff hidden out there that were just magic items and stuff. That was Eric the Red's idea.
Cool.
It made it interesting.
Yeah, I think it went well. And then we even let them keep some of them, I think, during Scramble, if they already had one.
Yep.
We just let them
Yeah.
go into
Yeah.
Scramble with it. So
Yeah, I mean, the boulder, I put it in my bag, and all I did was I have like the toggles on the top, and I just set it by a tree, and nobody thought to look for it. And I mean, like it's a camouflage
Well, I think
bag, but I
everybody-
was like,
I think everybody has a decent respect for other people's things though.
So maybe
like
they
if
were
I
worried
came
about
across
it.
your bag and I saw something in it, I wouldn't just grab something out of it. Like
that's true.
yeah. And believe it or not, Ye Futin and Vix, they were both standing there, and they were like, "Do you think it's in there?" And Vix was like, "One way to find out." And all she did was like, she had respect for my equipment, and she just looks in there, and she's seen it. She's like, "Yep." and Ye Futin just ran. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that they have respect for our equipment, and I very much appreciate that. But, if it's out on the playing field, it's there for a reason. Let's.
Yeah.
Or I guess in future instances, if it's set up like that, that might be us trying to give you a magical item,
I'm just saying,
potentially.
it could be. What else we got, boss?
And then there's only one more comment. It comes from Joseph. It says, "I'd love to see some war campaigns between clans that last days. I think it'd be really cool to see 2 or more clans declare war on each other and scramble to hire the best mercenaries first." And then also he says, "I love the podcast."
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thank you to all our listeners. And while we're mentioning it, if you'd like to hit like and subscribe, that would be amazing. And also, for next week, if you want to, increase engagement for us, answer the following question.
Which is?
I don't know.
Who is your favorite?
I was
marshal?
trying to think of it before, but
No.
yeah, we get nothing.
Burn.
I don't have nothing in it either.
Let's ask this question. The way we did Illidan's Gambit, we do a thing where we do the last man standing first instead of just throwing it on the field. We used to just literally throw it on the field, and the fastest runner is the first one to pick it up. And there are other games we do this way too. Like Juggernaut is one we haven't played in a really long time, but it allows you to become immune to limb damage while you have the special thing. And then it passes kind of like, I think that one actually passes when you kill somebody, they become the Juggernaut. But either way, there are other games where we can do this too. Do we think that last man standing setup is good or no? How about that? Is that good? I don't know. I'm just thinking of the first thing that popped in my head. You guys got a better one?
So like the question would be then for specific game items, do you think the winner of a last man standing should be the first person to have it? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Or should we just throw it on the field and let them go?
Okay.
Or does doing that mess up the
I-
pace of the game?
I think, believe it or not, I think that doing the last man first kind of helps facilitate it because it gives that reset, and that allows the marshals or whoever plenty of time to place it. Like we were trying to RP into Illidan's Gambit, and like in the campaign that we did, you had said, "Hey, we found this," and so I think having that last man standing will help facilitate it. So it's like, okay, we found it, and now
We just can't just give it to whoever. We should give it
Yeah.
to the strongest or whatever.
well, just
Like where we role play it. Makes
Yeah.
it allows us to role play it in a little
Yes.
easier.
Why couldn't you just give it to the last man standing in from the actual game? Last man standing.
I mean, I guess you could. Sure.
All right. Well, let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like this question's awful.
It is, but
Okay.
I guess
It's
we're
your
going
question,
with
bro.
it.
Well, okay. Answer that one, but it's boring. So we're gonna ask another one. What's another one then? What's another good question to ask?
Besides Minion and Scramble, what is your favorite battle that we have?
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
How about that?
Besides Minion and Scramble,
Besides
like you
Min-
can't pick
because
those two.
everybody picks Minion. Like anytime we're like, all right, let's get a focus on the next battle that we're gonna have. It always falls down between Minion and Scramble, and I'm like, okay, we're trying to do something different. We want a different a different setup, a different battle, but everybody comes to Minion or Scramble, and it's like besides those two, give us a different battle that we can set up so that we're not playing the same exact thing.
Right. So we're playing,
know.
making sure to play the games that we don't necessarily always play, but are still
Yeah.
like fun to
Or
play
e-
every now and then.
Or even if you have a different game that we don't have, let us
Mm-hmm.
know. And, we can speak over the game mechanics and be like, okay, we can do this. I think that's a good way to give us feedback on, one, some of the game mechanics that we already have or the games that are set up, or two, just it allows us to say, okay, we're going to expand things and listen to our players and be like, okay, this is what we've heard.
Yeah.
So-
That's how in Ogre Our Head started.
Yeah.
Was me like just talking to Jason, and originally it was supposed to be just a quest, and it wound up turning into a game because we talked it through, like how it would work so much that it just turned into like an event.
Right.
Also, I know something that I want to try next week. Like I just thought of this. I mean, it'd be kind of moving on, so I want to make sure that you guys, did you get everything
Go ahead,
you
yeah.
wanted
Go
about
ahead.
that?
We're
Okay.
gonna-
And then we just have the suggestion box. But there's a couple things actually. I don't know if we should wait to talk about this till Davian's here, or we'll just talk about it and then he can give us his comments or his thoughts on it. But something that we had talked about, and I think me and you talked about it just a little bitty bit, was maybe starting where, how we always try to go to like community events and things like that, which I still want to do that. I'm okay with still doing that here and there, but not necessarily to advertise, more for just like supporting the community, being just like a member of the community where we're like, yeah, we're the guys that play in the park, but we're not really doing, but instead of trying to get like advertisement at all with any kind of walks or anything like that, just be doing that if we want to for like community outreach,
Right.
Mhm.
but actual resources and money, like if it costs us, if it's a free parade or it's the kind that we can get in with this unlimited number, if we just pay one fee, then sure.
Right.
But if it's something where we got to pay multiple amounts, instead of doing that, take that money and pool it all into a yearly convention, Phlarp, a Phlarp convention.
Mhm.
So Phlarp Con, I guess,
Right.
and do it at the property.
Okay.
This is just an idea. So I don't remember if I mentioned this to you at all.
We had briefly talked about
Yeah,
it.
I think I talked about it just like a second, and then so we'll start spring of this year, wait a year,
Mhm.
and then do a Phlarp convention on the year anniversary, and then all through the year, plan on everything gets just like devoted to making sure that week or whatever it is we do it, we're pulling in people from as far away as we can, and we've
Yeah.
advertised all year for it. Get a billboard if we end up getting enough money to get a billboard. Then put all our money into that and just change the year out every year,
Right.
on the billboard,
Right.
something like that. So I don't know. I guess
I
like
mean-
think about it. What's your initial?
I think that's a good idea. Again, Davin, I know since you're not here, you're gonna listen, or you can hit us up on Messenger or whatever. But I think it's a good idea. Having a billboard, it can be a little pricey, but no matter what, we can still, that is an advertisement. And then, just speaking to family members or friends or whatever, we can just speak about it and joke about, oh, this is what I did today. And just even talking with friends is an advertisement, because they're going to be like, oh, well, like I even talked to my coworkers through an instant message, and I'm like, dude, this is what I did today. I totally, I'm 45, I'll be 45, and, totally demolished my own body, gave myself a concussion, so it's like,
It sounds like a good time.
it was. But I mean, and that's what I meant to talk to you about is, where's our September cake?
You get it on the third Sunday of the month.
Oh.
It's not
Oh.
the third Sunday, because it's the weekend before the costume contest.
Oh,
That's when I do that.
thanks.
You're welcome.
I guess I'll have to be there this weekend then, or next weekend. Yeah, this coming weekend. This comes out Wednesday. You're making me think. Stop. Anyway, but yes, I agree that, having an advertisement and then having a FlarpCon at property would be a great, and like, because I think that was kind of brought up when I was all like, hey, can we do some sort of formal-ish event? And that's when you had said so. So I mean, I think that would be a great thing is having one devoted weekend to where we have like a FlarpCon, or we have some formal-ish event where we can recognize our players and have a huge feast or whatever. So I think that is a brilliant idea, sir.
I didn't come up with it, so
Who
I think
did?
you did, right?
You're welcome.
Then I retract my statement to you, and that was a brilliant idea, ma'am. Thank you.
I do think that it takes a little bit of research to figure out what we need to do, because a lot of cons are successful by having semi popular people there. Somebody, authors or
Well, I'm gonna be there.
actors, things like that.
She said semi, not like total.
But I mean, the thing is that the bigger you get, the higher level celebrities you will be able
We'll
to
get Momo.
book.
What's her name? Momo Bryan or something? What's the name of that?
I don't know who you're talking about.
The
Someone's not
LARPer
be
lady.
super important.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's YouTube.
I mean,
LARP.
if she's,
I guess-
she's listening to it, then
I guess I'm gonna start doing my research then.
Also, we could I could try to talk to the people who run MaxCon, because I kind of know them. So
Yeah, but having like vendors and things like that, and making it like a legit con, not just we're here for the weekend, like hanging out. Like, I do think we need to put some more research into it, and like you said, resources, instead of doing all these little smaller things. Just
right.
focus on trying to get that figured out.
Because then you could ramp up your advertising too to like a pinpoint. Like every time you advertise or hand out flyers, you're like, oh yeah, March is the FlarpCon, so I'll be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no matter which year it is, that's I think actually it'll be in April, but
I think
tentative.
Facebook is probably a good thing too to advertise on there. There are a lot of people on like or TikTok and things like that. You can advertise on those things. I'm not sure exactly how much it costs, but I think it's only like $5 a month or something like that to put advertisement on Facebook.
to
which isn't
actually put
bad.
like paid ads on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and
Alright.
I think I think it also gives us an opportunity to get revenue. Like if we are renting out booth space for vendors, and we're even if we only charge $2 or $3 a person to get in, it still creates revenue on top of
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we could
You know.
potentially have electric access and everything, just like a regular.
yeah.
It could be like almost like a small Ren Fair sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like right now, I think it's starting this coming weekend. Is the start of the St. Louis Ren Fair in Wentzville, and I believe it goes till the middle of October. So I mean, something like that for us would be a smaller Ren Fair that we could have out at property, and
Yeah.
it's more of an immersed situation. So I think that's really a great idea. And a good idea that was brought up was as we were walking in the parade, which we didn't have to pay for anything. All we had to do was just call in, and the lady did the paperwork for us, sent me the paperwork, boom.
That's cool.
And as we were in the parade, and of course I'm slowly driving my car, and I was like, I have special gold. I need, guards. And so they were like, had we known this earlier, we would have found a way to transform your car into like a dragon or something like that. So I think, with another situation like that where we have enough time and enough notice for a parade or whatever, then, we can use stuff to make a dragon on somebody's vehicle. So I think that would be great. And again, just being out in a parade, just giving back, saying, hey, thank you. Giving back is also a way for us to advertise. So it's like a hand-in-hand sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that might help us also. So
Yeah, I think we should keep doing the parades and stuff like that for sure. All right, we're going to move to suggestion box because I can't remember what the other thing was. I said I had 2 things, but
I know that
was the only one I remembered. When there another thing?
that
I
was
said I have 2,
I
right?
don't know. I'm not inside your brain.
that was the end of
North responses! Woo!
Way to be. That was super loud, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
Verbal boulder? Question mark.
Okay. This was, does the boulder need a verbal? We were talking about it. I think we decided it does because it's just like a wizard's magical thing or whatever. Like if somebody's hurling a boulder around about to throw it, they would create like a bit of commotion.
Okay.
And so it gives you a little bit of a chance to dodge it.
Okay. Last
So-
time I asked, you said no, you didn't have to.
Well,
so
this
the
is why-
official thing is now we do.
Yes, this
Okay.
is why it was put in here, is because we wanted to make sure. Don't go by what I just randomly tell you. Was it in a situation like this? Was it on the field? Did you just ask me that?
It was in a situation like this. We've talked about it on the podcast before.
And I said no boulder? No?
You said I didn't have to say it. Now you're
Okay,
saying
I
that
guess
I
I'm
do?
changing it. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so for everybody listening,
You?
All of our
make sure you say
all
it.
of our heroes,
Well,
listen
I'm not
up.
the only person.
No,
that
I
listens.
meant for you. Okay, never mind. You were the one that had a problem with it.
Brotherly
Hand
and
armor
sisterly love.
needs to be fixed in the rule book. I agree. Somebody brought this up. It doesn't actually say in the rule book that for your hand armor to work, you have to have a weapon in it, which is part of the rules.
So do you need to put this with your notes so you don't forget?
Sure.
I guess this is a question. Titan's grip with shield plus both hands on weapon. Not a clue.
This is another one of mine. This is asking if you have Titan's grip. Can you, and you lose, what was he saying? He wanted to be able to grab his weapon with both hands
Okay.
and still have like a shield strapped to his forearm and fight kind of like that. Like if he had Titan's grip, could he put both hands on the weapon because he's not picking up an extra weapon and also have a shield strapped to his forearm? Is the question. Because what does Titan's grip do? It allows you to hold.
I thought it was hold the opposing player, the opposing player's weapon when they struck.
Where you going? Oh,
Look,
got it there?
Look at
I'm
Mercer.
not sure exactly where it is.
You have
in
to
here, but I
resort
know
to the
it's-
rule book.
But has Titan's
What
grip
is
been
it for?
released?
Is it Wizard?
Oh yeah, it might not even be released.
Yeah, it might be
I
easier
don't think
for
it's
you to
released.
find it in there because I had to like actually
Move on
flip
for
through
now,
the
and I'll
book.
look this up.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine
Somebody
says
else take one.
loved Illidan's gambit. Glade the glaive has been recovered. How can a relic this ancient still look new?
I think that was
Ooh.
supposed to say glad the glaive has been recovered, I assume. Yeah, I read it. I'm saying I think it was supposed to say
That's
that.
why I like to read them before I actually have to read them.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think Wilhelm redid that, and it does look new.
Yeah, Wilhelm did fix that today.
So this is, I know exactly who put this in there, because one, the handwriting is actually a little bit better this week. So thank you. We appreciate you putting the time. It said, Sword and board is always a fun time. If I wasn't a wizard, I'd use it more.
Hmm.
And look, it's somewhat legible.
Nice.
So thank you, wizard. And we only have 2, and I know which one.
It's okay. It doesn't matter which one it is.
So thank you, wizard. And yeah.
This one says, thank you to Toaster?
That
What?
yeah, that does. That's what it looks like. It says Ox.
Toaster Ox, Black Flame, and Valkyrie. Today's loot is thanks to you.
Thanks, whoever that is. I
Thank
only know
you.
one of those names, but cool.
All right.
Who
I
is
assumed they knew who they were talking about. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, shout out.
Toaster and what?
Black.
Ox. It looks like Toaster, Ox, Black Flame, and Valkyrie.
Did you figure out what you're trying to look up?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that first?
Yeah, sure. Go.
Yes,
Titan's
please.
Grip looks like it is 2nd level.
Ooh.
It is a form of weapon training, so it's not really any kind of. It's like passive, so it happens all the time. It's only 2 ability points. A defensive warrior. So I don't know that a champion warrior gets it. I don't know. I will look in a minute. Oh, it's only 30 seconds. What? Okay, it's confusing. So we're gonna move on.
Let's move on.
This says clans shouldn't work together in non-team based events. It's a free-for-all, not a team battle. I agree. I didn't see this happen. I did see somebody look like they might have been working together for a minute during Illidan's Gambit, but I don't know that they really were. Oh yeah, because he killed him right afterwards. So I don't know when this happened, but I guess maybe somebody was trying to kind of work together during Illidan's Gambit, maybe. I don't know what other game it would have been. Maybe Minion. Anyway, if it's a game that says that it's a free-for-all, don't try to team up with your clan members. Otherwise, you're going to end up ruining the game, that particular event, because I'm going to have to make like crazy rules about people.
But I will say, before we started that, you did tell people that they could work together to try to get it, or that they could...
Yeah, but what I meant... Okay, but you're making it sound like I said they could do that. That's not what I said. I said you can still kill each other.
You said Illidan's Gambit. I thought that's what this was referring
Even
to.
if it was referring to Illidan's Gambit. In Illidan's Gambit, what I'm saying is all the people that don't have the weapon can still kill each other.
Oh, okay.
I was saying, like, you're not immune to damage from each other just because you don't know the one with the weapon.
Right.
Like, if I was playing Illidan's Gambit, I would still stab everybody around me even if they didn't have the thing.
Yeah.
And I was saying, but you could surround the guy and kill him. Meaning, like, you know, you don't have to stab the person right in
Right.
front of you. You could leave him alone and kind of surround the guy altogether and kill him. But
Yeah.
then, assuming that you're immediately going to fight everybody else, like,
Right.
once
Right.
that happens,
Yeah.
you're going to,
Yeah,
like,
just,
fight
like,
for it.
No, it's
Picking and choosing to fight other people besides the
'Cause-
ones that you're in a clan with.
And also the only reason I said that one in particular was because we have actually had that problem before. We tried to make that game where we didn't care if you did work together. And then like the entire clan would just basically band around whoever they wanted to win. And there would be no way to beat them.
Right.
Like, well, I mean, I guess you could beat them in theory, but it was a lot more difficult. It turned into a team-based event, basically, instead
Yeah.
of
right.
So I might be misconstruing like what game that's for or whatever. But
That's okay.
point is, if it says that it's supposed to be a free, non-team based event or like a free for all, make it a free for all. Don't try to work with your teammates. So
Knock it
Okay.
off. You know who you are. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know who they're talking about, but you know
even
who
if
you
you
are.
just completely avoid, like, I mean, I could see even completely avoiding my teammates during Illidan's Gambit. Say, hey, you get it? I ain't gonna kill you, but I ain't gonna help you either. I'm gonna stand over here and watch you fight everybody. I guess. Like, if somebody gets near me, I'll fight them. I mean, when I was in a clan and did play, I told people that, like, I won't actively chase you, but if you come near me, I'm fighting you. That way we wouldn't get in trouble for working together. You know? Where It's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yep.
yeah, if you want to avoid them, sure, but don't try to engineer their win. you
right.
know?
Right. I get what you're saying. It makes sense.
Was that? Oh, that was your turn, Chris.
If you do not know an ability, you should look it up.
True
I
that.
agree.
How much?
100%.
Oh.
Should
Which
look it
one
up.
was that? Sorry,
Not
that's the
that
wrong one. Don't listen to that one.
100%.
That's how much.
That's how
I
much.
agree.
There
Okay.
you go. My turn. This one's whoa. It says, I, to whoever claimed Valnir as a coward for how he killed me. I am a Viking first and a wizard second.
Ooh.
Valnir is no coward, but a great warrior. You would do well not to dishonor him.
Damn.
Is that a challenge?
I think that was from the wizard to whoever commented about Valnir stabbing wizards in the back.
Oh.
Who made that comment?
Spicy.
I don't know.
Was that a spicy meatball?
Apparently.
That was for you, Duffy.
This says, what are the class limitations for the future barbarian race? Some classes can't play as barbarians. That's one of the main limitations, is that there are only certain classes that can play. Or, I mean, yeah, only certain classes that can play if your lineage is barbarian.
So is barbarian a race or a class?
It's a lineage. I'm trying to get away from using race as a word because
Cool.
it has a lot of baggage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think lineage sounds better. That's what D&D did, too. They went
Yeah.
from race to lineage.
Nice.
So it is a lineage or a race that can only play certain classes.
Okay.
Do you guys
I don't
have-
know exactly which ones, though, so sorry. That was it.
Okay. Do you guys have like a play of the day or something that stood out for the day?
I mean, we kind of talked about the Last Man Standing ending was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
Do
I
you?
had one, and believe it or not, it was Wilhelm.
Why would we not believe
yeah.
that?
Why would we
It was
doubt this?
Wilhelm because he backed into the bench, stone bench,
Mhm.
and like I saw it and I was all like, whoa, everybody stop. Pause, because
Mhm.
like when he backed into it, he like fell backwards over it, and I was like, oh man, that's gonna hurt. And then I used a really big word. He was egregiously stuffed.
Is that your?
Mm.
That, and I even had to go
Is
back
this your
and make
play
sure.
of the day?
This is my play of the day. It involved Wilhelm, but it was me and my big word.
Okay.
Your big word was
My
the
big
play
word.
of
That
the
was
day.
the play of the day.
That was the play of the day.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, was Wilhelm okay?
Wilhelm is fine.
Okay.
Did you say he got stuffed?
I didn't know how to word it. Okay.
I
Like,
used a big word, but I don't know how to use it. Okay.
hey,
Hey.
I found out that I did use it correctly. So, Davin, you're not here, and that's my big word of the day.
Good job.
But I do want to
We're all proud.
thank
Good
you.
job. Good job. Good job. All right. Does anybody else have anything else? Well,
What does that mean?
We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you keep battling in the name of our capital, Darvishan.
And
and we hope to see you all next week. Bye.